Our community is here tonight, and historically there has been a disconnect between our elected officials and the experiences and needs of Hamilton County residents. How will you ensure, or how have you prioritized transparency and accountability in your tenure as an elected official?
Mr. Shaw, first, I have to disagree with you on some level. The premise of your question, I don't agree that there's been a disconnect. Certainly there hadn't been a disconnect in the 18 months that I've been serving. So I disagree with your assertion here. Let me say that our county commissioner up here, and I think he's here, Greg Commissioner Martin, he and I talk 2 or 3 times a week, and we're discussing issues that affect students in this district and our schools. And we attend events together and work very closely together. Many times I've been in the mayor's office and he welcomes me in, and we talk about schools and we talk about issues. And I don't see the disconnect. This board, since I've been serving, has worked very closely with the county commission, and we adopted a capital plan some months ago, and we've worked very closely together. In terms of transparency, recently we just completed our budget process for this year, and I got to tell you, I don't believe I've ever remembered a budget process in the history of county government being more transparent. And the public got a hold of documents at the same time that we as board members got a hold of those documents. Every time we had a work session, those were open, and those documents were given to the public same time we saw them, before those sessions. So the staff, Dr. Johnson, have insisted upon transparency, and we've been able to do that. So I just want you to know that we're going to continue that trend. Because there may have been a disconnect in the past. I can't speak past 18 months, but I can tell you, in the 18 months that I served, there is no disconnect. And I know the county commissioners, I know my county commissioner, Greg Martin, very well, and I know we're going to work together, and I believe the other county commissioners are too.
So, as a community member and as a parent, I can see on the outside that the current system can be frustrating, and that it is frustrating. I do believe that transparency is something that is needed, and that is needed from our school board, our county commission, and the community as a whole. And this includes our budget too. And I do agree with Joe on one thing, that we, with the superintendent, there was a budget meeting that did happen, and he proposed a budget that was very open and very transparent in what he projected to do, and I think that is wonderful. I think that, and I believe that we need more of that. As a parent, like I said, that knowing my child's involved in these schools, knowing where those dollars are being spent, knowing how they're being spent is important. For example, if you're a parent or a teacher, you know about Class Dojo. One thing that I see constantly are reports about her accomplishments and her progress in school, and I think that it's something that gives me great pleasure to know about the things that are happening throughout the day for my daughter. That's the level of transparency that we need to have on every level, within our school board, within our county commission. If we have updates on what process is happening, not the end result, but if we are a part of that process, being involved and invested in this community, that we become stakeholders at that point. So having that level of transparency as a school board member, being connected to me in that way. So as far as my level of transparency goes, as far as my level of accountability goes, something that you can do is connect with me right now. You can take out your phones and find me on Facebook. My handle is @HurleyTN. You will have updates to this race and updates as far as things that are happening in the community. Another way is that I will show up to every school board meeting. I will be there because I know that teamwork is essential to making progress for our children and for our county. And the other thing is that I'm already involved in our community in so many different ways, and that's something that I plan to continue. So, yes, that's what I have to say.
Mr. Smith, you have a minute for rebuttal? None at all? Okay. Thank you both.